Hello my fellow Retromaniacs, and welcome to Let's Listen and Rate Age of Mythology soundtrack. You haven't done this for a while, but I always like to listen game music while playing. But it's only when you listen to the soundtrack outside of the game experience you can notice how awesome it is, usually, because you can concentrate on the instrumentation and the quality and harmony of the score. Obviously, it depends if it's a chip tune, then there's like different kind of qualities you can appreciate, but yeah, this is a orchestral score composed by Stephen Rippey and Kevin McMullen. And I own this game, and I remember liking the soundtrack very much. But it's been at least 15 years or even more since I have played the game and listened to the soundtrack. So yeah, let's find out if it's as good as I remember it being. So the main title is called A Cat Named Mittens. Is that the Simpsons reference? Maybe. Well, now talk about epic intro. Yeah, that's epic. You have all those orchestral patterns and choir singing. I think the Latin verses. I'm not quite sure what they were saying. I don't speak Latin, but yeah, obviously the game is based on antique or old Greek and other Mediterranean mythologies. So yeah, this really takes you back to that antique era and almost like godly feeling of Mount Olympus there. You can hear those strings going like it's almost like you are like rising onto the Mount Olympus. At least that's the feeling of I got from the music. Very, very epic. But yeah, I'm gonna rate. That's definitely, I would say, one of the best themes. Obviously, this was like a spin-off of Age of Empires, but I think the theme is even better than the theme of Age of Empires 2. I think it almost has the same tempo Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. So it almost feels like it could have been like a alternate alternative version or like scrapped version for Age of Empires 2. I don't know, but yeah, it has the same feel, same tempo. So let's give it 5 stars. Okay, and then we go to the in-game music. Eat your potatoes. All right, first piece. Yeah, that definitely had some kind of dawn of the human, dawn of the age feeling, that like human race is just like beginning to like explore the environment. They're like, you think that this is like a mythology based story, and then they're like gods created humans, and then humans started to spread. And they invented fire, and they reproduce and build first houses. So it really has this, like slow start for a civilization feeling, you know. That's the ambient sound in the background. Then we have these tribal percussions playing, and this this fine oboe and flute theme playing, like morning of a human race. That's how I would describe it. But well, it's probably like fits the first level when you start the game. Still think it's not too memorable, you know. It's more ambient than like catchy. So I don't think it's bad, but well, I'm being generous. I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5 stars. Okay, next one. Chocolate Outline. Okay, well, there's obvious like continuity there starts where the previous track ended. So, which is natural because you are listening these in this order when you play the game. So this feels like, you know, this it's describing how human population is like building a culture finally, and there's progress. It's not fast, but it's steady progress. And yeah, I like the melody, and I think for this soundtrack they actually recorded like live instruments. It's not just like MIDI and samples that were used. I'm sure that the bass and the guitar, acoustic guitar, was real there. So yeah, this sounds really good, you know. It's very well mixed, and yeah, sounds fabulous. Okay, so I'm gonna give this again 3 out of 5. Strong 3 out of 5. Okay, where is human population going then? Never mind the slacks and passers. right. At the beginning, we heard this this choir singing, and I think it supposed to depict the discovery of religion. Obviously, in the game, you summon gods to help you to fight and so on. So yeah, that choir section, I think it's supposed to mean that you're gods are taking care of you and are helping you and your people. And then we got to the part where there was lots of percussion again, and all kinds of percussion and instruments. I think there was Japanese instruments, and then there were Egyptian or Middle East percussion. So this game's just mixes all cultures together. Because if I remember the game, you actually don't select any nation like in Age of Empires, or any culture or ethnicity. So in these games, there's no really nations fighting against each other. It's only gods and their different religions fighting each other. So that makes sense that they can mix up different instruments from different cultures. It doesn't matter. It's just it's an ensemble of a human race and instruments from different parts of the world. So yeah, I'm gonna give that 2 stars because it's not very memorable. I mean, it's not bad, but when you play it, it's good ambient music. It doesn't annoy you or disturb you, but composition, it's not too exciting. Okay, next one. Future self. Well, what is that word? Future. I'm going to give this 4 stars right away. Yeah, this was great. I mean, it has a like strong bass line, and then you have this ethereal choir, female choir, and then quite nice melody and tempo. And I really like that short bridge in the minute and 30 seconds spot. You know, that was really interesting turn of musical texture there, and musical key. Yeah, this was good piece. I think I almost like, I feel like I almost remember that, liking that track back in the day. Okay, to the next one, Flavor Cats in the Comfort Zone. All right, I just love how this game has such a rich number of different, ethnic instruments used. It really makes like the game feel so different than what you usually hear in video game music. You usually don't have these instruments playing. Like I can't even name those instruments. There's some Middle East instruments, mostly, I think, maybe some African ones, and Chinese and Asian instruments, percussions. I don't know their names, but just so refreshing and you know, nice to hear that kind of instrumentation that you don't normally hear, and they're used very well, you know, in the mix, and it just works. Sounds great. I'm gonna give this again 4 stars. Nice. Okay, fine layers of Slazen flight. What is a Slazen flight? Okay, I don't know what that flying saucer sound effect, ambient sound, was supposed to be. But anyway, I really enjoy listening to this music, this soundtrack. It's so special. It's so different. Just like picking those different instruments, picking out those different instruments. Like there's a harp playing, and then flute, and then was that marimba or was that kalimba? That xylophone type of instruments. It's just I really like. I like any music played by xylophone. It's nice. I would like to give this 3, but I think the previous ones were better, so I'm gonna give this 4 stars, 3 stars instead. Nothing has still topped the main title, and I don't think anything can top it. The main title was just so magnificent. But next one is Hoping for Real Betterness. Alright, we are hearing new instruments. Now we had a didgeridoo playing in the background for some reason. I don't remember the game having any Australian tribes or Australian gods, but I don't even know if they have like gods. But yeah, it took a while, and then we have this interesting waltz melody playing. And yeah, I would give that 3.5 stars, but since I cannot give it half stars, I think I have to round it up to 4. Okay, next one, Adult Swim. Well, that was complex. Well, it wasn't complex. The theme itself was very simple. It was like do 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 do. But then we had all kinds of variations, like was that the low strings going suddenly. We haven't heard strings that big yet, except in the main title. And then was that like cymbalon, old piano harpsichord type of instrument? Lots of going on there, instrument-wise. I don't know what to give it. Maybe average 3. Okay, yeah. That was a little bit surprising. I don't know what it's supposed to like depict or represent, because if you have played the game now this far, I think you have your first military and first like battle already. So it's like maybe this is supposed to be like you are reaching the high culture era of your civilization. Okay, next, the ballad of Ace Le Baron. What? Okay, well, we got a clear melody there. There's a waltz melody. yeah, well, it gets a little bit repetitive, and yeah, then in the bridge it just is replaced by some vibraphone. I don't know, but I have to say that these song titles are quite weird, pretty weird. Who is Ace Baron? An Adult Swim? Is there supposed to be like Robot Chicken? What are these? But yeah, I gave it 3 stars. Okay, 2 left. A pile of its own good. Yeah, I know. Almost fell asleep. I don't mean it's boring, but yeah, having listened to these previous tracks, this music starts to blend in my mind. But I think it's like a testament of how well this whole soundtrack is made stylistically. All tracks feel like they are from the same game and are very close to each other stylistically. You know, there hasn't been like a track that feels like it's from different game. Mostly because of the instrumentation. We have these ethnic world instruments, world percussion playing in the background all the time in every track. So that's like the glue that that makes the soundtrack feel like Age of Mythology. But for that one I will only give 2 stars. Okay, last one. We also have these extra pieces, but they're not the gameplay and in-game music that you hear while playing the game. Behold the great science fiction. Well, that was drum heavy. Yeah, that was more of a ambient tracks of the soundtrack. Just percussion playing endlessly and some notes here and there, no real melody. 2 stars. I mean, none has been like annoying. There's like an annoying track, then I would give it 1 star, or I can even give it 0 stars. So But yeah. Then we have these extra tracks. And I don't know even if I've heard these, at least trailer soundtrack. What is this? Have You Met Her Thunder? Okay, that was more like a movie soundtrack. Obviously, like this descriptive music of what's happening in the trailer, like pauses. Probably they were probably showing like battles and so on. But the trailer was meant to like support the video. I don't remember the trailer at all. And there was even some kind of a extra passage for the main title, Cat Named Mittens. That was interesting. But yeah, difficult to rate it because it just follows the trailer. And there was probably like coming out soon. So yeah, I'm gonna give it 3. Then we got a couple of short tracks, victory theme and defeat theme. If you can use a doorknob, there's no logic in these title names. Well, that was epic. But the victory theme, it's just showing the statistics. At least while playing Age of Empires and Age of Empires 2, I would just skip the whole victory screen, and so I would never listen to the theme till the end. But yeah, that was definitely recorded live. I cannot imagine that they could do those strings by in virtual sample libraries. So yeah, I wonder if these other tracks as well were recorded live by real instruments. Probably, maybe, I don't know. I have heard better victory themes in my life, so that was nothing special. 2 stars. Defeat theme. Ma'am, some other sunset. Well, that was unexpected. I was expecting a sad theme, like in minor key, but that was something different. I don't remember that theme at all. Maybe because I never lose. I would never lose, and I would never hear the theme, but yeah, for defeat theme, that was really weird. But it sounded great. I mean, it could be used for something else than defeat theme, so I don't know. Maybe it was meant to be something else. But it was beautiful for such occasion. 3 stars. Then we have end credits. Gary's Reserve. Okay, I wouldn't have expected to hear like a jazz funk fusion song slash reggae slash blues song in the Age of Mythology game, but yeah, quite a departure from other tracks. But it's end credits, it it can be whatever it can be. Yeah, so they just probably the Stephen Ribby and Kevin McMullen wanted to just have some fun, put something they have come up with. Most people won't even watch the end credits. The music track really doesn't have to like follow the theme of the game anyway. So yeah, that was like individual track. So if we don't take account the context, then I think that was nice. Give it a 3-star, whatever. Then we have a quiet mix for Eat Your Potatoes, but I'm not. Well, let's listen to it. Okay, very, very, very minimalistic and like subdued and ambient Well, I'm not a very big fan of ambient music. You know, that could have been like from any game like Fallout, any game that has ambient soundtrack. So yeah, let's give it 2 stars. But overall, let's see. I think there's like average score would be something like 3.2 or something. So yeah, overall, very good score. Nice soundtrack. I really like the instrumentation and the ethnic, like world instrument palette used here. And you know, I don't know if I don't think it's better than the soundtrack in Age of Empires 1 and 2. But it's difficult to compare because I have more nostalgic feelings towards those 2 games. So that might give me some bias for rating them higher. But still, I remember liking the soundtrack back then when the game came out 20 years ago, and I still think it's good soundtrack as its own. You know, I don't know if you can like legally listen to it anywhere in Spotify, maybe. But you know, I recommend this one. Okay, thanks for listening and watching. We'll see you the next time. Bye bye.